often in B2B, we've said, learn what B2C is doing and then apply it over here. Yes and no. You can't always do the same and measure it apples to apples, because in a true e-commerce, buy a product, buy something that's small, selling to a consumer, you have high volumes and you have very short sales cycles, and any change I make today could affect sales in 2 days. Where if you do those type of drastic shifts to try and experiment at a large scale or even at a small scale, you may not have enough volume to see if that works on a small short-term scale, or at a large scale, it's going to be months before you find out whether or not that's effective. So make sure that if you're implementing those B2C tactics, you have a B2C mechanism that you're able to see those short-term metrics. So that's one thing that I always caution folks on going to B2C right away. I always see the companies out there that are the biggest influencers have a podcast. I listen to many of them. They have great guests that give great insights. And there's a lot of individuals becoming influencers on their own. And some of the advice you get from those is so high level that there's not really a lot to gain from. And some of it comes from folks who haven't necessarily done all that, or have a very narrow scope because they've been in one industry for so long. And what works there really doesn't apply other places. And in getting frustrated about that, I was like, oh, there's the idea, where my peers and I would often just have funny comments of, did you hear this? Did you hear what that person said? Can you believe that? And it's not really poking fun at a specific person, but more so poking fun at the tactics that we do, that we think are best practices, that really we just haven't thought of a better way to do it. And it's foolish to do it that way. So let's figure out a better way. The primary way that I'm using it to become more powerful and more efficient, put more information out there faster, is using it as basically my first draft. So that's actually what we call the AI, generative AI version of our AI in our platform is just called First Draft, where it makes your email message and then you can adapt it from there, because oftentimes starting something is harder than editing something. And so if you can have a really good prompt and even feed it the information you want it to write about, then it creates a fantastic first draft that you can go through and edit and tweak to tailor it to the nuances of what the messages you're trying to get across, better than what an AI generator could ever think about at that point.